For over a decade, the Barrett brothers have become a familiar face in the All Black setup. The three, Geordie, Borden and Scott, are rugby royalty, with each individual possessing world-class abilities in their respective positions. But together, they represent an anomaly in the sport. Three brothers, all reaching the pinnacle of professional rugby, simultaneously dominating the international scene. But how did they get to this point? What makes this achievement so special? And just how did this family manage to pull this off? Join me as today we look into why the Barrett brothers could be considered the biggest anomaly in rugby. As always, before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for the recent support on the videos. Honestly, without you guys, none of this would be possible. And so without further ado, let's go. In a CNN article titled The Rise of the Barrett Brothers, the All Blacks' Prolific Family Affair, when the Barrett brothers' father, Kevin, who was a professional player himself, was asked what he planned to do after retiring from rugby, he announced he was going to breed some All Blacks, which couldn't have been further from the truth, as three of his sons have had decorated professional careers and have gone on to become regular starters for the All Blacks. Growing up on a farm in a small town called Pungarehu in Taranaki, New Zealand, to parents Kevin, a professional rugby player, and Robin, a strong runner and talented netball and basketball player, the 8 Barrett siblings each carried sport-obsessed genes, picking up sports like cricket and rugby at a young age. The fact that each brother has been able to carve out a successful rugby career is a testament to the hard work and dedication that they and their family members have put in over the years. So let's take a deeper look into each brother's career to see how they became this successful. Scott Barrett is a powerful second row forward who is known for his bone-crushing tackles, relentless work ethic and physical dominance in the ruck and tackle area. In his early career, Barrett was a member of the New Zealand under-20 team which participated in the 2013 Junior Rugby World Championship in France, where he made 3 appearances. But in June of 2014 he'd get his big break when he was named in a mixed Crusaders side due to an absence of international players, where they faced a touring England national team. This was huge for Scott, as the Crusaders are part of Super Rugby, New Zealand's premier club rugby union league, and at just 20 years old, it gave him the opportunity to prove his skills at an elite level. A month later, he'd receive his first full cap for the Crusaders, and on the 5th of November 2016, Scott would make his debut for the coveted All Blacks in a friendly against Ireland in Chicago, where he scored his first international try. As a result of his great performance, Scott would consistently feature for the rest of the season, playing in all 4 tests on the 2016 end-of-year tour. By 2017, Scott Barrett had become a regular starter for the Crusaders, as they made it through the knockout rounds to get to the 2017 Super Rugby final, where they won in style, beating the Lions 25-17 in Johannesburg. As a result, Scott was called up for the 33-man All Black squad to face the British and Irish Lions, which finished in a draw. And to end the year off, Scott played a key role in the All Blacks 2017 Rugby Championship win. 2018 would be just as successful for Scott, as yet again he won both the Super Rugby title with Crusaders and the 2018 Rugby Championship with the All Blacks. But on the international stage, 2018 would be historic, as on the 9th of June, Scott Barrett joined his brothers Borden and Geordie in the starting lineup in the first of 3 tests against France, becoming the first family to have 3 brothers in the starting lineup. 2019 would be a great season, as Scott featured frequently for the Crusaders as they claimed yet another Super Rugby title. He also featured in the 2019 World Cup in Japan, where the All Blacks finished 3rd, and in 2020, he was named as captain for the Crusaders ahead of their season. Since then, Scott has had 2 more Super Rugby titles in 2022 and 2023 respectively, and has won the Rugby Championship a further 4 times with the All Blacks. This is all for just one brother as well, and with even such an illustrious career, I'd argue he's not even the best out of his brothers, as you'll see later on in the video. The youngest of the brothers, Geordie Barrett, is a utility back, mainly fullback, who is best known for his versatility, exceptional kicking skills, and finishing ability. Geordie's skills were evident at an early age, as he represented New Zealand at age grade level, being a part of the 2016 under-20 side that took part in the World Championships in England. 2016 would overall be a great year for Geordie, as he was named New Zealand's age grade player of the year. Later that year in September, Barrett signed a 2-year deal with the Hurricanes in Super Rugby, where he made a handful of appearances, before being named in the All Blacks 33-man squad to face Samoa in June of 2017. He would get an assist on his debut as they thrashed Samoa 78-0, and against the Lions in the third test, he'd start and proceed to score his first try. Following a good 2018-19 Super Rugby season, where his team the Hurricanes made it to the semi-finals, Geordie would be called up for the 2018 June Series tests against France. And in that year's Rugby Championship, Geordie would put up a man-of-the-match performance, scoring 4 tries in a 40-12 win over the Wallabies. Geordie would feature in the 2019 Rugby World Cup for the All Blacks, as they finished third and continued to be a main player for the Hurricanes, where he has become the co-captain and recently passed 100 appearances for them. Geordie would again feature for the All Blacks in the 2023 Rugby World Cup, where his side narrowly lost in the final to South Africa. But in 2024, Geordie signed a 6-month contract with Irish-based team Leinster for the 2024-25 United Rugby Championship season, and I wish Geordie all the best as he ventures into European rugby. Now before we get onto Borden, from the thumbnail and the start of the video, you may have noticed I've said there were 3 brothers. But what if I told you that I was a 4th Barrett brother who was a professional rugby player? Kane Barrett made 28 professional appearances between 2010 and 2014 for Taranaki and the Blues respectively, but unfortunately, Kane was forced to retire in 2014 due to ongoing concussion problems. Now I feel like I've saved the best till last. To rugby fans and non-rugby fans alike, the name Borden Barrett probably rings a bell, and there's good reason for that. He's had one of the most decorated elite level careers for a rugby player in the modern era, and as a result, he's really given himself a strong statement as one of the all-time greats. If you don't think so, now, in the next few minutes you probably will. Borden made his debut for home team Taranaki in 2010 at just 19 years old. After making a huge impression in his debut season, Borden opted for the Hurricanes in Super Rugby, swiftly earning a call-up by the first team for their 2011 tour to South Africa, where he saw time off the bench. It wasn't until 2012 that Borden would earn his first start for the Hurricanes, where he put in a man-of-the-match performance, scoring a try and getting 2 assists, as well as landing all of his 6 attempts at goal. More quality and consistent performances followed, and as a result in June 2012, Borden was named in the All Black squad for the Irish tour of New Zealand. His debut would be memorable, coming off the bench after just 24 minutes and scoring 9 points. In 2013, Borden represented the Hurricanes in his 3rd Super Rugby campaign and finished with 186 points that season, and at the end of 2013, Borden scored his first try for the All Blacks against France. Borden's fine form continued for the Hurricanes as he finished the 2014 Super Rugby season with 209 points. This form was the same with the All Blacks, as Borden was now trusted and was being given the opportunity to start at 10. This was massive for Borden, as now more than ever his quality was being displayed on the international stage. Things honestly just kept getting better and better, as in 2015 Borden was selected for the Rugby World Cup, where he scored in the final against Australia, where he captured the coveted Webb Ellis Cup for the men in black. More silverware followed, as in 2016 the Hurricanes beat the Lions 23 in the Super Rugby final to win their first title. Borden scored 15 points in that game and finished the season with his personal highest points tally yet, with 223 points. Adding to that, in the summer of 2016, Borden would win the Rugby Championship with the All Blacks. His insane stats and achievements for both club and country saw Borden Barrett be awarded World Rugby Player of the Year. In 2017, Borden went on to score 41 points in 3 test matches against the British and Irish Lions, and once again for his effort, he was World Rugby Player of the Year, being only the 3rd player in history to win it more than once. 2018 would be a quiet year by Borden's standards, but in 2019, following the Super Rugby season, Borden announced that he would be switching Super Rugby clubs from the Hurricanes to the Auckland-based Blues. Borden would feature for the All Blacks in the Rugby Championship, and later that year in the World Cup, where the All Blacks finished 3rd. In 2021, Borden joined Japan top league club Suntory Sungoliath on loan, where he played for a year, scoring 173 points in 10 appearances. And on the 30th of October 2021, Borden plays the 100th Test match for the All Blacks against Wales, scoring 2 tries. In the 2022-23 Super Rugby season, Borden captained and led the Blues to the final, where he faced the Crusaders team captained by none other than his brother Scott. they will come up short, losing 7-21. That summer, after his contract with the Blues expired, Gordon announced that he would be returning to Japan to play for the Toyota Verblets. Later that year, he featured for the All Blacks in his third World Cup, coming up short in the final, but so far in Japan, he scored 107 points in 13 matches, and at the age of 32, he shows no signs of slowing down. The Barrett story transcends the confines of the rugby field. They've become cultural icons in New Zealand, inspiring a generation of young players. Their humility, work ethic and close-knit family bond resonates with fans worldwide. They are living proof that with dedication, talent and a healthy dose of sibling rivalry, anything is possible. But what do you think about the Barrett brothers? Are they the biggest anomaly in rugby? Put your thoughts in the comments down below. While you're down there, hit the like button and subscribe. As always, thanks for the support on the recent videos. With that all said and done, it's been your boy John Talks Rugby, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click on screen now to watch my most recent video, The Curious Case of Danny Cipriani. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.